But I recommend that in addition to the medical components of the kit, you also have muzzles, leads and towels or blankets. And these will allow you to have options when you're considering the types of animals that you may be dealing with and the control and restraint of those animals. Important additions to any equipment is the ability to control, restrain or contain an animal. And we mentioned before about having slip leads, mountain rope slip leads as part of the equipment. These will allow you to very simply take control of pretty much any size of dog by passing it over the head. What is important though is the way that you put it on the head so that if you were to release the pressure, it would not choke the dog. So we're going to make sure it's applied the right way round, and then we're going to move the stopper up so that it won't easily come off, and we're going to make sure that we can still get a couple of fingers underneath the rope so that we're not causing any further respiratory distress to the animal. If the breed characteristics or the demeanour of the animal or the size of the animal dictate, then we should think about putting 2 leads on, and that will allow us to have a greater degree of control if the situation deteriorates. Now the way that we do this is we put it on in the opposite way to the first lead. So we're going to put that over the head and we're going to draw that up against the neck and pull the stopper up like before. But this time, if we needed to pass the second lead to another operator, it would be aligned in a way that again is not going to choke the dog. And the beauty of this system is that we can control it from 2 sides, so there's no chance of the animal becoming aggressive and impacting on operator or member of the public or other responders. If you haven't got a purpose-made mountain rope slip lead, then you can improvise. And all firefighters will have personal lines in their tunics, and we can very quickly improvise a slip lead which we can place over the dog's neck, and we can replicate that non-choking effect. Importantly, we don't have a stopper, so we could let it go slack if we weren't paying attention. So it may also be appropriate to put 2 on, as we showed with the mountain rope leads, and then you have good control over that canine as you come out. Now we're slightly deviating into intermediate training territory now, but if you were in a fire situation with a conscious dog and it was started to show signs of aggression, one option that you could use would be to do a muzzle wrap. And that would involve using 2 leads, one to restrain the animal, and the second lead we would actually apply around the neck, and then we would very quickly wrap 3 times, or depending on the size of the muzzle, around the dog's mouth, bring that back up to the position where you're holding it, and that is a very quick temporary means of creating a muzzle that's going to avoid you getting bitten. But remember, if the risks are such that you have an aggressive dog, or the dog breed characteristics are such that you require a greater degree of control, then you do really need to be looking to resource that incident in a different way. And it would be out of the scope of an initial fire service responder or other agencies that are at the scene. So the equipment that you carry should ensure the safety of the operator, the safety of the dog. And it may be counterintuitive to think about putting a muzzle onto an unconscious dog that seems lifeless. But it's really important to preempt any changes in behaviour, and also as it comes round and is disorientated, very quickly can change in its demeanour from placid to aggressive. So I think it's really important to consider the muzzle, and particularly for dogs of a certain size or certain breed characteristics early on, to protect everybody as the incident progresses.